Book 1, Law of Salimi, the final chapter, I guess, final part of the book, titled Epilogue. So what does it mean exactly? While the book has reached its end, my life continues. I had chosen to fail in completing my PhD program and borne the debt of 120,000 ringgit Malaysia on my back. If you noticed, in the movie Fearless 2006, Jet Li, who acted as Hua Yanjia, depicted the best philosophical concept of the art of fighting without actually fighting as described by Bruce Lee. The true accomplishment of Hua Yanjia's battle in his life was to understand that in order to win, he must not deliver his fist of death blow. In order to win, he must lose, as had been achieved by his father. According to Respondent 005, who is a great scholar, I must accept this path that I had reached in my life, where Allah the Almighty had set up for me. In order to achieve one goal in my life, which I had delineated in the first chapter, I need to choose failure in my PhD program and accept the huge debt, because only Allah the Almighty alone is the true provider of sustenance in my life. Not the university, not the private college, not any one human being, but Allah the Merciful alone is the true provider of rizq or sustenance to me. In order to show that I had full faith in Allah the All-Knowing, I had to choose to forego my PhD program completion and take responsibility on repayment of 120,000 ringgit Malaysia, while knowing I would be left unemployed without my PhD certificate. It is a test for me to measure my faith in Allah the Almighty. You can find thousands of great scholars who might disagree with my choice. There is one significant underlying reason that I had yet to state in this book, which made me decide as such. It would be ample to state that the reason is based on my understanding of Islam, Maqasid Sharia, and the true essence and spirit of Islam, Tesi. This path had led me to writing books and sharing knowledge to the masses public without any form of limitation and restriction imposed upon me. This is the right path that I had chosen in my life. I know so because I had felt that everything in my life right now fits as my plans and my true goals in life. A part of my goal to live in moderation, practice Islam as a way of life, and to strive for peace, harmony, and goodness to all mankind. I had my personal goal in my life, which was embedded in my name. If you recall the answer by a great scholar who said that I was already dust at this age, 33. After 16 years later from receiving that answer, I finally understood what he meant. I was never meant to pursue his path as a great scholar of Islam, since I had already taken the path of diploma in business study. At the age of 17 years old, I was already dust, which meant it was late for me to reset my path into one that he had took in his life. The hidden meaning behind his words was telling me that I should continue my path in life until I reached the end of my journey of the path that I had chosen. So I did exactly that. I studied for my degree in international business and later continued with my PhD program in Islamic banking. Despite being in the field of business, I should enrich my core knowledge of Islam and practice the values of Islam in the field of business. While I would not end up as a scholar in the field of Islamic knowledge, I would still be able to imbue the knowledge of Islam in the field of business. As I had walked the path of a scholar within the school of business, I had encountered a great adventure in my life and met numerous great scholars. After reaching the level of PhD research, I finally unleashed the ability of big picture view or perception, which could only be achieved by both conventional and Islamic knowledge that I was lucky enough to acquire in the path of business study. This great scholar who told me that I was already dust was well known to be very mysterious with numerous abilities such as reading someone's past, and possibly future with the will of Allah the Almighty. Is it really possible to consider that this great scholar had seen my path in life at the age of 17 years old and thus told me I was already thus? Did he had a premonition on my path in the field of business study, which led me to where I am today, and decided to advise me to stay on my path? What kind of weird scholar who advised a 17 years old student in a mysterious answer of I was already thus? How did he know that I would one day, around 16 years later, discover the true hidden meaning behind his answer? It is almost similar to the ability of Prophet Khidr alayhi salam, who would see something that would happen in the future with the will of Allah the Almighty. Whether he could see the possible future or not, I still wonder in my mind on the true reason that made him choose the exact words to be spoken as answer to my question. Did he knew of my ability to retain perfect selective memory of his answer and to be reanalyzed again after 16 years later? I never told anyone about my ability except to a great scholar only 1 year ago. Essentially, every one of these questions would be left unanswered, or simply Allah the All-Knowing would know best. Regardless, I felt that I had made the right decision in my life because I had finally reached this moment in my life where I could be closer to reach my personal goal, personal path in life. It is the personal path that was uttered when someone called my name, one who seeks to find my peace. Did I finally found my peace yet? I cannot say for sure, but I am smiling more often now. It seems to suggest that I am getting closer to find my peace. Will I be able to find it? Insha'Allah. Only Allah the Almighty knows best. For now, I am starting a new journey in the path of a scholar where I would strive to become a person who implement the core knowledge of Islam, the maqasid Sharia, and the true essence and spirit of Islam tesi into the industry of writing, specifically in the field of science fiction, which seem to lack the perspective of Islam. From my observation, science fiction industry lacks the teachings of Islam in its past and the prophecy of technological advancements and the future of technology. I hope to remedy that. All that I ever wish for all of my readers is to instill the passion of learning and knowledge in your heart. I hope this book helps to inspire you to be passionate about learning in your life. I will pray for all of my readers after every prayer performed to Allah the Almighty, Allah the Merciful, so that each one of my readers will be successful in life, be passionate for learning, and receive guidance in life. You need to begin in your heart, inshallah. With that, it finally ends the book titled Book 001, Law of Salimi. And thank you very much for all of those who had stick to the very end of this book. And thank you for listening to my video. Hope to see you soon in book number 2. Thank you very much and all the best in everything that you choose in life.